Hey, Gene Galin here with the Chatham Journal, and I'm with Valencia Toomer, Toomer. And we're talking about the School of the Arts for the Boys Academy, something dear and near to my heart because I ended up going up to an all-boys school because my dad passed away when I was in 8th grade. But hey, that's a whole nother story. Let's get back to Valencia. You're the leader of this process. Is that how it started?
Founder, yes.
Founder, okay.
And head of school for SABA.
Now tell me how this process, what brought you to come up with this concept, and how did it all start?
At the end of the day, boys seem to be falling behind academically in the schools, not necessarily just in Chatham County, but in the state, across the country. And what better way to reach our boys than to utilize the arts, all forms of the arts, whether it's music or theater or dance, even your media platforms, visual arts, and to help to close that gap for all boys.
Now, how did you you gave us the background, but how did you, Miss Toomer, come up with the concept of doing this? Because you were the principal over at Horton Middle School.
That's right. Well, I am from Chatham County, in the heart of an artsy town, and so that the arts has a way to reach people in ways that other platforms cannot. And so when you don't know and have the right words to say, you can utilize the arts. And a lot of times, arts is words that don't even have to be spoken. You can use your creative talent to be able to showcase any kind of content, whether it's math, language arts, science. I come from a very arts background as well with my family, and you don't have to be the smartest one in the bunch, but if you have a way in which you can utilize your gift, then that's all the better.
Somehow I got a feeling you are the smartest one in the bunch.
I don't know.
Now you said you're the artsy type. In what way are you artsy? Did you design those earrings on your?
Let me see. I always have to touch my ears to see what I'm wearing. No, I didn't.
No, you did. All right. But tell us about the artsy part of you.
I'm a vocalist. Yeah.
All right.
So
give me an example. Come on, a little example. I'm putting on. Right? Look, I'm trying to get people excited about this. I love what you're doing here because it's the School of the Arts for the Boys Academy. So come on, give me like a good.
Let's see. What's a good song?
Come on,
everybody knows.
I don't know. Give me something from Whitney Houston.
Whitney Houston.
Come on.
I will always love you. I will always love you.
All right, folks. If that doesn't make you want to sign up, I don't know what, because that was great.
Wonderful. I appreciate it.
All right. I may just have to listen to this part of the video over and over again.
This was not rehearsed.
It was. Look, I put her on the spot. We didn't talk about it. This is unedited. We're going for it. All right. So you got the arts, but you also mentioned math and science.
Yes.
So how do you blend all those together?
So basically, it's taking the art forms and saying, okay, what's the content area that you want to cover, and using the arts to reach them. So if you're a kinesthetic learner, if you're a tactile learner, if you learn through music, if you're learning about the human body, make up a song about it. If you're learning about the solar system, create an artifact, that represents the solar system. Doing things with your hands. If you like to write, if you're a journalist, create your own article about the earth and its contents. But it's using the arts is all around us, and we don't recognize it, and sometimes we don't even tap into it enough.
And you mentioned the first two. Was it kinetic, and there was another kind of learning?
Kinesthetic, tactile, visual.
What are the first two? I'm one of those people that don't know what those first two meant.
Well, it's hands-on.
Okay.
Like I want to do things with my hands. I have to touch. I have to feel. So it's any of the art forms.
So it sounds like you figure out what the boy or
you have to figure out how best they learn in order to be able to reach them. So if they need to hear music in order to learn, math, then we provide that. If you need to touch and feel an object and how it moves and shakes, that's fine. If you have to draw things out, if you have to see things in numbers spatially, we have to learn that first and then adapt our instruction to meet their needs.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean about the math spatially, because I kind of work with that that way. It sounds like you kind of pay attention to the individual and figure out what makes them tick and what makes it easiest for them to learn.
That's right. We all are different learners, and we learn differently. Where I can pick up on music and I can pick up on a beat easily. If you want me to learn my multiplication facts and you are drumming while you're doing it, then I'm more apt to pick that up, versus someone else who can just show them the numbers, give them a multiplication chart, and they can learn it because they can just see those numbers, and the numbers creates pictures in their minds for them. So we have to just figure out, hey, it's not that I can't learn it. It's not that I can't learn the periodic table. It's not that I can't learn, all the sciences and the body skeletons. It just means how can I learn it? How best will I learn it?
So in other words, you're saying everybody can learn. You just need to find the best method to get to them.
That's it.
All right. Let's talk about where you are in your plans. I've seen you out here at First Sunday for the last couple of Sundays.
Yes.
Where you are with your plans, where you at, where you going to, when are you planning to open up?
Absolutely. So the goal is we're trying to open this August.
Okay.
We are working right now on an interim facility with a local church, and so we're in hopes to be able to open up in August. We would love to be able to work with the county on their master plan for the Central Services building. We do recognize that the Chatham County School District will be leaving, so that's a great journey for them, which used to be a former school building. So it will be lovely to be able to walk into a building that used to be a school and turn it right back into a school, even if it's for just a little while. And so, but we're in hopes with the partnerships that we have created here locally with some of our churches and some of the community members, that all of this will come to fruition in the fall.
How many students are you planning to start with in the fall?
About 116. And so already. And so right now we're a little over 50% enrolled. And so we know that once we're able to fully name and solidify all of our facility plans and needs, that the floodgates will open.
How are parents reacting to your message, and what are the comments you're getting back from them when you're talking about this concept? Because you're basically saying, hey, doesn't matter who you are, you can all succeed. We just need to get to you and figure out how to get to that point.
The constant phrases that I receive is much needed, long overdue. Much needed and long overdue. And I think it's just a new way of looking at education. A lot of times arts is the first area that is cut from public schools, and so we're saying, hey, we're engaging with the arts. We're working with the Chatham Arts Council. We're working with the North Carolina Arts Council to be able to help fund some of the projects. SABA is looking to be a part of the A+ schools family, and what that means is that all of our staff will be trained fully in the arts, and so that's huge, but it's also expensive. And so we have to maintain, great artistic partnerships, and that's what we're looking to continue to do, to provide that opportunity for our boys.
How does your experience as a principal at Horton Middle School help you in doing what you're doing on this pathway to success that you've got lined up?
My roots are here in Chatham. My professional roots.
Let's just hold on for a second.
A lot of noise here.
Yeah. Look, we're doing this live. We're doing this unedited. We're going to let that motorcycle go by, and then, okay. So your roots are here in Chatham County.
My roots are here in Chatham. My career roots and professional roots are here in Chatham. I have worked with stellar educators, stellar administrators, and so sometimes, it makes it easier to be able to see things in a system, and then to find ways in which, okay, if this is what the data is saying, let's step out and do something, even more creatively, but these are things that could still be done in public school sector. We just opted to kind of do it in the public charter school world.
All right, so you are going to be a public charter school then?
Yes, we are a public charter school. We actually are the only all-boys charter school in the entire state of North Carolina, so we're super proud of that. We have a wonderful board that we're working with, board of directors, founding board of directors, wonderful curriculum design that we're working with as part of even the standard course of study. We just need to keep that partnership going where we can get open and get in a facility, and the world is ours.
Let's talk a little bit about charter schools, because I don't think a lot of people understand what charter schools can do for you. So what I'm hearing from you is you're going to be a public charter school, and this is going to allow you to have the flexibility to do what you're doing. Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely. So we still receive funds from the state, the easiest way for me to describe this to you is that the funds that are allocated for students follows the student. So if they're a public school student and they're in Chatham County schools or Lee County, Wake County, those funds are there for them. However, if the child and family opt to attend a charter school, the funding follows the child. So it's still publicly funded, and of course, we still will continue to write grants and receive grant funding, so we can continue to offer resources that are needed.
But what this public charter school avenue allows you to do is allows you to do this and have the funding available with the student, as you said.
That's correct. Correct.
So what can you tell parents who are interested? What do they need to do? They heard you singing Whitney Houston, and they're like, you know what?
Yeah.
I want to go. I want my child going to that school.
Yes, she's gonna sing them to sleep some days. Give them sweet lullabies. No, what I really want parents to understand is that different strokes for different folks. I always say that. I'm a product of public school, but my children, they have been a part of a charter school, and different kids need different things. And so for parents, try it out. It's a public charter school, so if it's something that you want to dig into, and then you feel like, oh, maybe that doesn't work for me, or I really like the larger class sizes, so I may want to go to a different setting, you always have the option to go back. But again, we wanted to make sure that we provided a platform for, if there are kids and families who want to explore the arts in those different forms that are traditionally, saved for at the high school level, to make sure they had an opportunity. But again, it's just like any other public school funded by the state, and give it a try.
And now this might be a good thing or it might be a bad thing, but
Okay.
a school your size, though, I guess you can tell parents it's going to be hard for a student to hide, isn't it?
Yes, and that's a good thing. So we'll uncover, no stone unturned. And so, definitely we'll have smaller class sizes, even at capacity from grades 3 all the way to 12. It'll be about 425 students, somewhere in the 18 to 21 teacher to student ratio. And so, that smaller class size allows us to basically identify where the boys are, where they've come from academically, and to be able to progress monitor instructionally where they need to go. We still will follow the standard course of study. They will still take end of course assessments, but just making sure that we have ways in which we can engage and monitor their growth or lack of.
Well, I noticed some of the schools around here locally this week and next week are having art shows.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the plans you have for exhibiting the artistic abilities of your students?
Yeah, so one thing that our board has discussed and has been a part of our charter is an arts capstone project. And so basically what we envision SABA being is in the elementary levels, they discover all of the art forms. There are 5 art forms in the state of North Carolina, and they discover all of those art forms.
And what are those 5 art forms?
We have visual, performing, theater, music, dance, and then media, which is your technology.
Okay.
So all of those forms are in the state, and so we expose them to those art forms, and then by middle and high school, we're in hopes that they find a track, where they say, hey, I'm more visual arts or I'm more performing arts, and then guide them through that art capstone project, and they'll have a presentation, year after year. We do it from 3rd grade all the way to 12th, so they can showcase their art form every year. Creates that leadership, in the boys, and helping them to be able to publicly speak, but also, again, sharing their gift and the things that they're learning along the way.
If a parent's interested in getting more information or
Yes.
getting their son signed up for this, what do they need to do?
You can visit us on the web at sabacademy.org.
SAB Academy.
SABA. That's
SABA Academy
Yes,
at
SABAacademy.org. You can give us a call at 919-548-0229. It's a real easy process.
That number again is?
919-548-0229.
All right, easy process?
Easy process. It'll take you less than 2 minutes to get your name on the list. Even if you are not committed today, but you have the possibility, or you're even thinking about SABA or another opportunity for your son, it'll take you less than 2 minutes to get your name on the list. You don't want to miss it.
Okay, now is there anything else that we need to let parents who might be interested know about your program?
you don't want to miss out. You don't want to miss out. This is an opportunity. We are making history here, not only just with a single gender, but even with the arts in this county. And so you just want to make sure that right now, when the going is going, you want to make sure that you get your name on that list.
All right, I'm going to ask you, and you don't have to do this if you don't want to.
Okay.
But you brought up the fact that you might be singing lullabies.
No, we're not singing
So come on,
lullabies.
you want to send us off with a
Hey,
lullaby?
No, but I tell you what,
What are you gonna tell me?
The boys may be singing. Like,
Oh, okay.
I mean, how wonderful would that be at the tree lighting ceremony at Christmas to have an all-boys choir out there just singing everyone happy?
You know what? You're so right, because
Yes.
that's usually the kids are out there showcasing it. So yes. So would you be ready for the choir for the tree lighting this year?
Hey, if we have boys, if we're open, we're gonna send some boys out here at that tree lighting. to
Fantastic.
sing.
Hey folks, look, that level of enthusiasm, you can't break that. That Whitney Houston sound, you can't beat that. So reach out. That phone number again is
919-548-0229. Call me, text me. We are available. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
all right. And you're going to be out here next First Sunday as well.
Got it.
All right.
Same place, same time.
right here by the bank, First
Right here by
Horizon.
the- Yep,
So
absolutely.
thank you so much.
Absolutely.